Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This is our third, last and concluding session of We Are Three in One. Life is a series of experiences where experiences are not in series, there is no life. For example, when we go to sleep, there is an event. Sleep begins. Thereafter, nothing happens. So there is no life lived. And when we are awake, first event, we are awake, identified with the body. Second event, what is the time? Third event, where I am. Fourth event, what I have to do. Fifth event, oh, it's getting late. So there is a series of events happening. Whenever a series of events happen, a concept of time is born. Time is nothing but establishment of sequence, any sequence. Morning, sunrise, then breakfast time, then lunch time, then evening tea time, then dinner time, then supper time, one after another. So, life is a series of events happening in a sequence. And each experience is having three components. One is the world of experience, like we are experiencing this world. We are in, which is this place? Washington? No, Port Elizabeth. I am always lost where I am. So we are in Port Elizabeth place. Oh, this is a very, very lovely city. It's most wonderful place. Here there is always excess of winds. People are also very windy here. So, the world where we are experiencing, this is one component. Second component is, who is experiencing? Of course, I am experiencing. Who is this I? This I is the one who is identified with the gross body, and therefore he is Mr. Waker, and this Waker is experiencing this world. And the third component is the experience of this world. So experience the world, experiencer of the world, and experiencer of the world. Three components. Do we have only waking experience? No. Then there is another world, the dream world, the dream experience, and the dreamer who is experiencing the dream. Second world. Then there is a third world also. The third world is world of nothingness or total absence. That world is the world of deep sleep. In deep sleep there is nothing, and the experience is that of nothingness, and the experiencer is nobody. He is a deep sleeper. So we have seen three. One is the waker in the waking world experiencing the waking experiences. The dreamer, the dream world experiencing the dream experiences. The deep sleeper in the deep sleep experiencing nothingness. And then there is the fourth variety also. What is the fourth variety? The meditator experiencing meditation and suffering silently. See, all these people who do meditation, meditation is a collective silent suffering in darkness. That is why many places the first thing they do is, now we'll start meditation, close all the doors and windows, put a board outside, meditation is in progress, take a detour, don't enter, and switch off the lights. Is meditation a bad thing to be done in darkness? No, meditation should be done in darkness. So switch off the lights and sit quiet. Then we face with this question, Swamiji, why in our ashram we are told to do meditation and they tell switch off the lights, why? I said, you ask your guru, how do I know? No, you tell, we are afraid of him, he scolds us when we ask. You tell, why switch off the lights in meditation? I said, only because both the guru and the disciple can sleep. And when meditation class is over, everybody is awakened from sleep. And what is the meditation? Silent suffering. See, in one place, I happened to go and attend meditation. Swamiji, please come, and very good meditation. So I said, they have suffered before because of me, now they want to take a revenge, so I went. And then they told, now switch off lights, everything, sit quiet. Now listen, you are walking through a dark tunnel. Keep walking. Don't look here and there because you cannot see anything. There is only darkness. Keep walking. Walk. You walk for 1 mile. Don't lose heart. You will be having fear, don't be afraid. I am also having fear. And thus you keep walking for a few kilometers and then, lo, there is sudden light. You have come out of the dark tunnel. And you will come across a guiding angel. Everybody will have a different angel. So, talk to the angel and do what he tells. And afterwards, when we meet for a cup of tea, we will mutually discuss who was your angel and what did you discuss. So meditation is over. We came over a cup of tea. So who is your angel? Oh, Jesus came and told me. Oh, look. Who is your angel? Bhagwan Krishna came. So I was watching everything. Who is your angel? I said, Amitabh Bachchan came. Amitabh Bachchan is top Bollywood actor. So I said, he came. This is not meditation. These are all the projections of the mind. But this is how people go through. So there are now so far how many? 4 buddies. Waker, dreamer, deep sleeper and meditator. Waker has no entry in the 3 worlds. Dreamer has no entry in the 3 worlds. The deep sleeper has no entry in the other 3 worlds. And the meditator has no entry in the other 3 worlds. they are not related to each other. In the afternoon, after heavy, sumptuous meals, a wise man always goes to sleep. The otherwise people go for a walk. They are running away from themselves. When you sleep, you come back to yourself. When you go for a walk, you run away from yourself. So, with heavy meals, you go to sleep, very nice, cozy place, and then you dream that there is a famine and there is a lot of people dying for want of food, and there is one rich man, he is distributing food, so you also go and stand in that queue, and thereafter your number comes that you will now go and start getting your bread and something on that. At the very moment a dog comes and bounces on your hand, takes away your bread, you run after that, tumble somewhere, fall down, oh God, and the dream is over. So the waker who ate sufficiently, he was hungry in the dream. Cannot be. Waker has no relationship whatsoever in the dream. Then the deep sleeper is the one who has discarded both the worlds. There is neither waking world nor dream world. So he is experiencing the absence of the dream and the deep sleep world and the dream world. Therefore he is third person again. And meditator we know, suffering silently. Now, like every dream, there is a separate dreamer. In one dream I was a king, in other dream I was a beggar, in the third dream I was married, in the fourth dream I was a Swami, in the fifth dream I was a politician. See? So, in all these various dreams, the dreamers are separate. Has anybody ever written autobiography of a dreamer? No. Be very attentive. What I am going to tell you, you will not digest it. But this is what the truth is. Whether you like or you don't like it. Like every dream has a separate dreamer, equally so, every waking experience has a separate waker. Yesterday's waker and today's waker has no relationship whatsoever. Either write autobiography of a dreamer or don't write the autobiography of a waker. See, friends, yesterday's me and today's me cannot be the same. And yet we have that illusion that I am the same who was yesterday. See, this continuity is an illusion. It is something like you take a torch, during Diwali time we take that fuljadi, it is dark, and when you move that torch, there is an appearance of a circle of light, is it not? Is it existing? The continuity is experienced. But does it exist? Exactly the same way. The continuity of our being, the same waker, is experienced, but it is not the same. But then how this continuity comes? See, it is something like, you must have seen a garland, here there is no garland to show you, a garland. They praise, oh beautiful garland, so lovely it is. It is seen, it is useful, but does it exist? What is a garland? Many flowers are put together with a continuous thread, and there is an appearance of a garland. Suppose you weigh that garland, it is, let us say, 250 grams. Then you cut the thread, separate all the flowers and the thread, and again weigh. Will it increase or reduce? It will remain the same. But after you cut the thread and separate, find out where the garland has gone. Where has it gone? Nowhere. Because it didn't exist. It's only an appearance. Exactly the same way. In place of the flowers, in Hindi or Sanskrit we call it as fool. Fool. So, you take all the fools, all the wakers, and through them take the thread of consciousness, a garland of a personality appears. And when the thread is cut, when these flowers are no more arranged, then who are we? So as much the wakers are limited in their own experience, they have no entry in the other experiences. Exactly the same way, the wakers are also separate from each other. Now one more example to make this point deep. We have taken this example in the morning class. The same man gets married 5 times. Every time he gets married to a different girl, he becomes a husband. Now is the husband 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the same or different? They are neither the same nor the different because they don't exist. See, friends, but our preoccupation with this world is so much that we are unable to drop this non-existing, fictitious personality. There was a Guru Maharaj, and one day he got up in the morning and started crying. So the disciples, Guru Maharaj, what happened? Why are you crying? My dear disciples, I had a very bad dream. And again started crying. So the disciple said, Sir, you only taught us dreams are illusions. So anyway, you had a dream, forget about it. Now have a cup of tea. No, but I had a very, very bad dream. It doesn't matter, good or bad. It is a dream, it is not real. Come on, listen to me first. Okay. In that dream, I was a butterfly. So never mind, it was just a dream. Now disciples are teaching the Guru. So the Guru says, look here, my statement is not complete. My question is, whether I, your Guru, was dreaming that I am a butterfly, or the butterfly is dreaming that I am your Guru. Now tell me. Is the waker and the dreamer, are they mutually replaceable? Is it the first husband, he alone became the second husband? Is it the second husband, he alone became the third husband? Think, friends. Therefore, in every experience, this experiencer, experiencer and experienced, these 3 components should be clearly understood. Now the second thing. When I make a statement like this, or anyone makes a statement like this, I had good sleep, but I had bad dreams in between. Who can make this statement? This statement cannot be made by the waker who was not there in the deep sleep. He cannot make this statement. because he was not in the deep sleep. This waker cannot make the statement that I had a bad dream, because in the dream was dreamed by the dreamer, not the waker. So, there has to be someone who was present in the dream, who was present in the deep sleep, and who is also present in the waking. He alone can make a statement, who is present in all the experiences. So who could be that? He is that, he who is in the waking without becoming a waker. He is the one who was in the dream without becoming a dreamer. And he was in the deep sleep without going to sleep. This is what, right in the first talk I told you, the essence of scriptures is Upanishad, essence of Upanishads is Gita, essence of Gita is 15th chapter, essence of 15th chapter is 15th verse. And the 15th verse says, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtaha mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedyaha vedanta krut veda videva chaham. See? Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtaha. I am the essence, the heart of everything and being. Without I, nothing exists. See, friends, one old man one day asked me this question. Swami, you should not go out of Bombay. You go for too many months out and then we suffer. I said, okay, I will not go. The one important principle you try to practice. Never get lost in any argument with anybody, particularly with the old people. Never get lost. Whatever they say yes. Immediately. After some time they will forget about what it was yes and relax. So I told him, I said, okay, I will not go. And then he said, last few months I had some fear in my mind. Worry. So I kept quiet. He said, fear is about death. I said, please ask me question one by one and then I'll start telling you answers one by one. First, fear about death. I guarantee you will die. Fear means what? Whether I will die or I will not die, isn't it? So don't worry, don't be afraid, you will definitely die. Okay. No, not like that. Like what? My fear is after I die, what will happen to my wife, my children, my property, my business, my bank accounts, what will happen? I said, you are asking a wrong person. You ask them. They will answer. What they will answer? They will say, Dad, we are waiting, go. See, friends, when I is not there, my wife cannot exist. When I is not there, my nation cannot exist. When I is not there, my property has no existence. What is the foundation of everything? This I. See? So I alone get identified with the gross body, become a waker. I alone get identified with the modifications of the mind, become a dreamer. I alone get identified with their absence, become a deep sleeper. And I alone struggle silently under meditation. So who is this I? Has this I become four? See, mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. I alone support jnanam, waking, smriti, dream, apohanam, deep sleep, chakarat, samadhi. I alone support waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. They come and go, I relax, I am the same. This I has to be recognized as our essential nature. See, the many I's appear on account of the conditionings, not actually. Now take one example. I, the man, with reference to my father, I will be referred as son. I, the man, with reference to my wife, I will be referred as husband. I, the man, with reference to my son, I will be referred as a father. Have I become 4, 3, 2, 1? Have I become many? Be very attentive. When my father dies, what happens to me, the son? Nothing happens. Because without father I cannot be the son. So if I am not a son, how can anything happen to me? Then my wife dies, God's grace is always there. My wife dies. When my wife dies, thereafter nothing happens to the husband. Because without wife I cannot be husband. Then my son dies. So nothing happens to me, the father. See, friend, but if I, the man, dies, what is the position of the son? What is the position of the husband? What is the position of the father? Can they exist? Then which is the reality? The conditioned expression is the reality, or the independent existence is the reality? Who is miserable in this world? It is the son who is miserable. It is the husband who is miserable. It is the father who is miserable. Never the man. See, friends, this is the meaning of Vedaischa sarvai ahameva vidya. All the scriptures are meant for only recognizing this I. Who is this I? Now, where is your hell and heaven? Where is your sin and merit? Where is your last life and next life? One Australian gentleman, once he asked me, Swamiji, it is okay for you Hindu people to accept last life, next life, rebirth, but we don't accept. I said, who told you Hindus accept rebirth? We don't accept birth, forget about rebirth. Nobody is born. Has anybody any real experience of birth? See? One day one small girl asked me a question. Swamiji, I want to ask you something. I said, okay, ask. Then she came very close. Swamiji, what is your date of birth? They tell you never tell anybody. But I know you are going to tell me because you love me. I said, yes, you are right. But on one condition, you are not going to tell anybody because I have not told anybody. Okay. Then I told her. Then she went home and told her mother. See, you told that Mummy, Swamiji doesn't tell you, but he told me, but he also told me not to tell anybody. But you are my mother, I can always tell you. And then she told her mother, Swamiji's date of birth, year he did not tell, but the date of birth he told. He told 31st April. And the mother laughed. Why, Mummy, you are laughing? Dear darling, there is no 31st April. He has bluffed you. I told you he never tells his date of birth. Because he says he has not experienced birth. How can he tell? Okay, I will also teach him a lesson. She wrote me a birthday greeting card. Dear Swamiji, happy birthday, whenever it is. And at the end, now guess who am I? And below that she wrote her name and address. Do we have the experience of birth? Somebody tells us, you are born on such and such date, and we accept. See? One day I happened to be in a delivery, area in the hospital for some reason. And after I found out this lady, what is the child, when it was born, everything was over. Then I asked that sister, I said, sister, now this my work is over. Now I being a Swami, I want to increase my knowledge so I can bluff the world. Then I asked, I said, what is the time this baby was born? So she said the baby was born at 1:38 midnight. I said, I agree. I wrote it down. I said, this topic is over. No further discussion on this topic. Now my general knowledge. You people, when you tell somebody is born at such and such time, are you waiting with the stopwatch there? And there is not only one lady delivering, a dozen of them. How do you know exactly what time who is born? And the second thing, you always tell an odd figure. Nobody is born exactly at 12 o'clock. Nobody is born exactly at 3 o'clock. 2:58. How do you decide that? She said, you are a very smart person, I'll tell you. If we tell the round figure, nobody believes us. So we tell some odd figure. And this is how, that is our time of birth and date of birth. See, friends, neither we have the experience of birth. Do we have the experience of growth? We don't have. 2 times we get shocks in our life. First time, when a young girl is addressed by a small child, Auntie, what is the time, please? That girl gets the first shock. Don't call me auntie before everybody. Because she is not experiencing that she is grown up. The second time we get a shock when we are told, Grandpa, you can sit in my seat, I will stand. Or don't call me Grandpa. Because we have no experience that we are growing. So neither we have experience of birth nor that of growth. Nobody ever had the experience of death. Swamiji, have you read one book? So I told that person who asked me this question, I said, yes. Many lives, many masters, isn't it? You read that book of Kathy. There is a story of Kathy. He was a Catholic, and a teacher who wrote, the doctor who wrote that book, he was a staunch Catholic. And Catholics don't believe in rebirth. So he wrote in his introduction that being a Catholic, I strongly don't believe in rebirth, but after studying my patient, all the psychological sittings, he was a psychiatrist, and every sitting he used to listen to her and make a complete data, and he said, I am fully convinced there is a rebirth. And how do you say there is no rebirth? I say, analyze, think properly. All the problems are solved only by proper thinking. I say, you tell me. He was whatever that man or woman died. Okay. And then entered another body. Then that body died. Then entered another body. Who died then? The bodies died. Not she. See, death is an illusion. Death is an impossibility. Nobody has ever died. This undying, uncreated, unmodifying, eternal reality is the real I, which is supporting all the secondary I's. Like the man supports the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, and the samadhi. All these experiences come and go, the man is there itself. The man supports the son, the husband, the father, but he is the same. What is the reality? This eternal presence which is supporting everything but which is not influenced by anything, that is the real I. And this I includes remaining two, therefore three in one. I, the eternal, then I, the Father, the Creator, I, the Son, the created. With reference to my Father, I am created. With reference to my Son, I am creator. And I am, whether creator or created or not, it makes no difference. I continue to be. This reality is the reality. All others are only conditional realities. Infinite cannot be broken in pieces. Like the space is infinite, the directions, north, east, west, south, 4 of them, 4 corners, 8 of them, up and down, 10 of them. So are the 10 directions in the space something other than the space? Then how we call the space as direction? What is the east? That direction where the sun rises. Where the sun rises? In the east. What is the east? Where the sun rises. So the sunrise is because of the east, or because of the east sun is rising? What is the truth? So the directions are nothing but relational expression of the absolute space, a relation between earth and the sun. You go away from this relationship. Which is the east, which is the south, which is the north? In the same manner, get out of the limitations of the body identification, waker will disappear. Get rid of the identification with the mind, the dreamer will disappear. Get rid of the identification with their absence, the deep sleeper will disappear. Then there is but one reality, supporting everything and yet not getting influenced by anything. Neither we are attached, nor we are getting influenced by anything in life. We are attached and we are getting influenced is an illusion. It is not the truth. This can be discovered only through proper knowledge, proper understanding, proper inquiry. Take one by one. Attachment. We see the colors and forms by our eyes. Are the eyes attached to any particular color and form? No. No, you are maybe about 50 of you here. My eyes are seeing you, 50 of you. In place of 50, if you become 500, will it be a burden on my eyes? Oh God, 500 I have to see. Or if there are 5 million, will it be a burden for my eyes to see 5 million people? No. Now, if all of you disappear, will there be any loss to my eyes or vision? Oh, on or gone, I am feeling lost. No. Because vision is illuminator of colors and forms. The rule is illuminator is not influenced by what is illumined. Like this light is illuminating our satsanga. Whether it is a discourse, the light doesn't become holy, or it is a disco, the light doesn't become unholy. If all of us vacate the hall, the light is not losing anything because the light is unattached. Is it not our experience? Our ears hear every sound. It is not only God's name I will hear. I will not hear the braying of a donkey. No. Everything. Mind, same story. Every thought, noble, ignoble, divine, devilish, good or bad. Every thought is supported by the same mind. And the mind is not attached to any thoughts. Be attentive, the last one. The conscious reality that we are, the real I, is not attached to the waking experience of the waker, the dream experiences of the dreamer, the deep sleep experience of the deep sleeper, and the samadhi experience of the samadhi person. The pure consciousness is not attached to anything like the space. The dark clouds come, thunder and heavily rain, but the space remains untouched by the rains. Then the second band of clouds come, white, noise-making clouds, no rains. That also doesn't disturb the space. The third, there is pitch darkness. The darkness also doesn't contaminate the space. And sometime there are no clouds, clean summer blue sky. That doesn't make the sky or the space pure. All of them are supported by the same space. Nothing ever touches the space. Exactly the same way. We are that conscious space. In this conscious place, the clouds of waking come, thunder, rain, joys and sorrows, gains and loss, friends and enemies, and go away. Nothing happens to the conscious space that we are. Then the dream world comes. Imagination, success, failure, that also comes and goes. Nothing happens to the conscious space. This is the real I. Now the beauty is, whether you want or you don't want, whether you know or you don't know, you are divine. There is no sinner. There is nobody going to hell. Discover this. Once we discover this, thereafter we play the game of life. And when we have to play the game of life, we have to follow the rules of the game. In Calcutta, there was a football match going on. And the audience was packed, huge stadium, and only one ball on the ground, and they were kicking the ball here and there. So one sheikh came from Middle East, and he saw that these people were fighting for one ball. He went to the market, he bought 22 balls, footballs, and he entered the ground. He said, "Stop fighting for one ball, you poor Indians. Take here, one ball for each, play." See, friends, when you are playing football, you are not fighting for the ball. Be attentive. And the goal that you get, can you show where is the goal? You are hitting the ball to get the goal, but the goal is nowhere seen. And we consider ourselves very intelligent. What are we seeking? See? The day you discover this truth, Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vidyaha. All the scriptures ultimately aim at man discover your own divinity and be a source of joy to the whole world. On the spiritual path, there is no misery. Those who talk about miseries, they are far away from the truth. See? All the time frustrated. What happened? No, I am praying. You are praying upon God. You are not praying to the Lord. See, friends, this world is an expression of divine bliss. Bliss alone is real. Blisters are created by us. One day one young man went to God and he said, God, you created the girls, they are so beautiful, charming, enchanting, lovely, fantastic. But why the wives are so terrible? God replied, my dear child, girls I have created, wife you have created. That is your creation. You suffer. In God's creation there is no wife. In our creation there is nothing but this frustration. The real spiritual life is a journey from our creation to God's creation. And what is this journey? In our creation, you are always complaining, always miserable, trying to improve others, trying to make others happy. See, some of my principles many people are unable to digest, but these are the truths. Very clear. Number one, never try to please anybody in this world. Never try to make anybody happy in this world. But this is what we are told, we should make everybody happy. And don't do that, that is a wrong understanding. Why? Because we belong to a democratic setup, is it not? Everybody has a right to be miserable. See? Why make others happy? Don't. You be happy. That's it. Second thing, we don't have to make anybody miserable also. Why? Everybody is self-sufficient. We don't have to contribute. They do themselves. Net result, you will be self-oriented. And then you will come to know that you are the source of everything in this world. If I am not there, this world doesn't exist. If I am not there, the I, somebody doesn't exist. If I am not there, my wife, children, nothing exists. I is the one supporting everything. Alas, this I itself we have neglected in our whole life. One person with a camera went to Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi in India. And he said, Sir, this world is so terrible. Kindly tell me, when will I get freedom from this world? So, the great master asked, who are you? I am a Britisher. No, I didn't ask your nationality. Who are you? I am Protestant. I didn't ask your religious affiliation. No, I am a doctor by profession. I didn't ask your profession. Who are you? Try to give no reference and talk about yourself. All that we talk is only with reference to possessions and relations. Just observe this. So if we really want to discover this one I in all the three, the spiritual practice should start with this. I am emphasizing and repeating it again. Don't bring your past in the present for any reason. By that, slowly you will discard the body identification. Past is only with reference to the body. Don't worry about the world. Many people, those who are worried about the world, they have got this funny question. One person asked this question. Swami, when your Krishna is going to take avatar, when he is going to descend in this world? I said, not now. He told me a lot of time. He said, but the world is so terrible. Can the world be more worse than this? I said, why? He said, so terrible world everywhere. Terrorism is there, tsunamis are there, economic breakdown is there, and crime and corruption. Oh God, what more worse things you want? I said, okay, take cool, think. Earlier the world was like this. I don't think world could be worse than this any time. Very good. Later the world will be worse than this. No, it can't be. This has reached the height. Very good. Earlier you were there? No. Later you will be there? No, of course. Now the world is terribly bad and you are there, is it? So who is the culprit? You are the one because of which the world is bad. You change. The world is beautiful. All the great masters lived in the same world. They lived on the same time scale. It is not we are short of time because we hardly get 24 hours a day. Earlier people used to get 40 hours a day. We get hardly 7 days a week. Earlier people used to get 15 days a week. Naturally there will be difference. See friends, everything is the same. The moment we focus our attention on this I, we will cease to be selfish and we will start getting self-oriented. When we become self-oriented, then our attention is on the bliss. The real happiness is independence. Whenever we are dependent on anything in this world, we are miserable. Why we are so happy in the deep sleep? Because we are independent. There is nobody around us. In deep sleep, there is nobody other than ourselves. In deep sleep, there is nothing other than ourselves. In deep sleep, therefore, there is no sense of limitation. Therefore, there is no desire. Therefore, there is all happiness. And to conclude, as I told in the beginning, what we are doing or not doing in our life is only to seek happiness. This analysis tells us, stop seeking happiness and discover your happiness. The search for happiness is the most miserable search in life. Stop, there you are. Like it happens many times, we have that mala or something in our neck and it goes here because you are sleeping and then, oh God, my mala has gone somewhere, and you become frustrated. And a small child comes and tells, Mama, it is here. Thank you, darling. I thought it is lost. You simply thought it is lost. It is not. So should we say that we got it? No. We don't have that illusion has gone. We have this illusion that I am unhappy, I am unlucky. No, you are divine. Come to discover this and you have done everything on the spiritual path. Doesn't matter what you are, man, woman, young, old, rich, poor, Hindu, non-Hindu, Christian, Catholic, it doesn't make any difference. See, all the problems happen in this world because of 3 apples. First apple, Eve and Adam. See? Second apple, Newton. Third apple, Steve Jobs. So, if you have to write the story of the world or the world history, see the world history, the world is created by apples. Thus, come to discover that you are the one who is supporting the waking without becoming a waker, supporting the dream without becoming a dreamer, supporting the deep sleep without going to sleep, supporting the meditation without becoming a meditator. That is what you are. Other than you, there is nothing else. At this moment, try to listen silence. Ears can listen only the sounds. Silence cannot be heard by the ears. So when we are listening to silence, we have gone beyond the sounds and the hearing ability. So there is no word heard, therefore no hearer is born. But we are still there. So we are supporting both the sounds, meaning the objective world, and the absence of the sounds means the absence of the objective world. So this I, who is beyond the presence and absence of the objective world, is the real I. This includes the other two I's, the soul and the body. The dreamer and the waker. This I includes everything, excludes nothing and doesn't get influenced by the presence or absence of anything. This transcendental I is the one which is three in one. We have to recognize only once in a lifetime. There is no repetition required. Sri Krishna Narayana Govinda. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.